Don't play with me. There we go. What's happening, everyone? I'm not even in New York right now. I am in New Jersey. I'm deep in New Jersey at this moment. But man, while I was driving, it occurred to me that there was something that happened, right? So Luka Doncic is about to be a Los Angeles Laker. As a matter of fact, I think it's actually finalized. This is absolutely crazy. This is the most mind-blowing trade that I've seen in the NBA, certainly since KD went to Golden State. And before that, the only other two that I could really compare it to is KD and LeBron, when LeBron left Cleveland the first time and went down to take his talents to South Beach. So I got this as the third biggest, most shocking trade that I have ever seen in NBA history. This is number 3 for me. Number 1, again, LeBron from Cleveland to Miami. Like, that sparked outrage. I remember how people were burning their jerseys. I remember how outraged people were like that. Like, people were actually rioting in the streets because LeBron decided that he was going to go play for another team. So he left Cleveland, went to go play for Miami. And then KD, especially with KD, I forgot who they played that year. I think OKC, because they had beat OKC the previous year in the playoffs. And then KD ended up joining the team the very next year, right? Because I do believe, if my memory serves me right, that was the year that Golden State Warriors had lost to LeBron. So they just needed another piece. And the Golden State was already, like, you know what I mean, one of the best teams, well, for sure, probably the best team ever assembled. And I'm talking about team, like not just individuals, right? Like in terms of team, in terms of how they play, how they move the ball, how they able to create space. Steph Curry with his shooting, Klay Thompson with his shooting, Draymond Green with the way that he was playing as well. Draymond played a pivotal role, and a lot of people kind of discredit that. But Draymond definitely played a pivotal role, in that franchise as well. But again, this is something that I never thought I would see the day that Luka Doncic would be playing on the Lakers. I'm really excited about it. I'm a New Yorker, but I do support the Lakers. I have supported. That's actually the first basketball team that I actually really supported, and highly due to Kobe Bryant, because I think so. I'd say 20 something years. Was it 2000, 2001 when Kobe played Iverson in the NBA finals, and I just was rooting for Kobe. You know what I mean? Like, Kobe was the man back then to me, but yeah, ever since then, I just been a Lakers fan, you know what I mean? And this is music to my ears, you know what I mean? Luke, obviously, but this looks like it's going to be the passing of the guard, right? Luka gets to play with LeBron James, right? Luka gets to play with LeBron James. Luka gets to learn everything that he can from LeBron James, right? Like, as good as Luka is, I've always, I think Luka should have an NBA title before he retires. I don't want him to be like another, like Westbrook or another James Harden or another Allen Iverson, who these guys had all the talent in the world but didn't quite get it over the line. I really do want to see Luka win a chip. And it's just, I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I'm the biggest Luka fan in the world, but I do like the fact that the game is somewhat easy to him. It's almost like he's moving at just his own pace. Like, it doesn't even really make any sense. He moves at his own pace and he does his thing, right? And that's not particularly the type of athlete that I like to watch, but he's effective. He gets the job done. He's certainly one of the best players in the NBA. There's no dispute there, right? Like, he's certainly one of the best players in the NBA, bar none. And he definitely does have what it takes, but man, sometimes you just got to really just learn everything that you can from somebody who really mastered the art. And there's not a better person to really learn from than LeBron James. I don't care what it is that anybody thinks about that. LeBron James is actually the best person that you can actually learn from in the NBA, especially at this point. All the wisdom. Think about all the greats that LeBron James has played against. Think about all the he's played against Kobe, right? He's played against Gary Payton Sr., right? Um, he's played against Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, played against Dwayne and with Dwayne Wade, played against Shaq. You know what I mean? Just think about all of the greats that he's played against, from Tim Duncan, Dirk Nowitzki, like, you know what I mean? And now he gets the opportunity to really pass the guard to someone else, because I don't see LeBron playing for another 3 years. Say another 4 years. I don't see him playing beyond another 4 years, to be honest with you. I think he plays another maybe 3 years. Bryce gets drafted at some point, maybe, right? And then, he gets to play with Bryce and also his other son, Bronny. We'll see how that goes. And then he'll just retire. You know what I mean? And he's done everything that he possibly can for the game. Really helped the game big time. Really did everything that he was supposed to do. I mean, what else could you really ask for him? And now, LeBron James and Luka Doncic will be on the same team, and that's something I'm extremely excited about. I can't believe that's happening, but what more can you say, man? Like I think this year, Los Angeles Lakers, we got to win a chip. There has to be a chip this year, somehow, some way, right? I don't think there's any excuses now. You got LeBron, you got Luka. I don't care if LeBron is past his physical prime. But you got LeBron and Luka on the same team. It's absolutely, bro, that's guaranteed success. And I know we said that about Westbrook, but this is Luka and in his prime. And Westbrook wasn't in his prime when Westbrook went to the Lakers. You know what I mean? He just wasn't in his prime. And that was a gamble. Just the way that he played just really didn't suit the Lakers. But yeah, this is Luka. Luka's in the prime of his career. And that kind of surprised me because, I've always heard Mark Cuban really wax lyrical about Luka Doncic, so saying that he's better than Dirk. You know what I mean? And all of these things. I watched the interview. I don't remember who I saw Mark Cuban, and big shout outs to Mark Cuban as well. I watched the interview the other 3 weeks ago. Was it Shannon? It was probably Shannon Sharp that he was on. Was it Shannon Sharp? Somebody. So anyway, I don't remember it was Mark Cuban. I did see the segment with Mark Cuban, and he was there. He was talking about Luka, and he's like, "Oh, Luka's the best player. Luka's best player that he's ever, I believe, had on his team, right?" And I believe he was asked. I think it was Shannon. I think Shannon was like, well, don't quote me. But I do think it was Shannon. And Shannon was like, over Dirk? And he was like, yeah. And then he went into the reasons why. I don't quite remember what reasons why he gave. But he knows them both, and he may have his reasons of saying that. And that could have been a business reason why he said that. But it's just one of those things where it's like, I don't really know what to really put that to, because I was thinking, because I was hearing that Luka was going to be the highest paid player. Like, he was going to get $100 million contract at some point for the Dallas Mavericks. And now to see something like this happen, it's like, wow, this is unbelievable. But, you know what I mean? Luka Doncic is about to be a Los Angeles Laker, and that is something that I am extremely excited about. I'm excited to see that LeBron, Luka, I'm excited to see them guys get out there and play basketball. You know what I mean? For the Los Angeles Lakers, that's gonna be, man, that's gonna be primetime basketball. That's gonna be primetime basketball. But yeah, I just, me personally, man, I just wonder what that comes with. You know what I mean? You could assume that it comes with success. We'll see. I do believe it will come with success, but we'll see. But then the flip side of that coin is what's going to happen with the Dallas Mavericks. I mean, sure, they have AD, which is great. AD is great. When he's fit, he's great, right? And I hate to say that when he's fit, he is one of the best players in the league as well. But When's the last time AD played the whole season? Or when's the last time he played a significant portion of the season? You know what I mean? And that's obviously a cause of concern because I do think AD is actually, because he didn't play the game last night. So I do think he's still injured, right? Um, but I do believe that it had something to do with some sort of fitness concern or something like that. Hold on, let me see. Hold on, give me a second, because oh crap. Give me a second. Are we on? Nope. Disconnected. Give me 1 second. It said, Yahoo says, Lakers trade Anthony Davis for Luka Doncic in one of the most shocking deals in NBA history. You think? Definitely one of the most shocking deals in NBA. I'm gonna go ahead and read this article real quick for you guys. So the article proceeds to say the Los Angeles Lakers beat the New York Knicks on Saturday, then made one of the most shocking deals in NBA history. I was actually shocked that we beat the Lakers, to be honest with you. I mean, the Knicks. And was, again, I'm a New Yorker, but I'm a Lakers fan. Shout outs to the Knicks, though. You know what I mean? Shout outs to the Knicks, but you know what I mean? I just happened to watch Kobe play. The first time I was watching a basketball series, I was watching Kobe play, and, you know, Kobe just ended up being my favorite player. I ended up just liking the Lakers. It just is what it is. You know what I mean? I don't have no beef with the Knicks. Like, I want to see the Knicks be successful, but I just so happened that I just happen to support Los Angeles Lakers, and it just is what it is. But anyway, the Lakers are sending Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a first-round pick to the Dallas Mavericks in exchange for Luka Doncic. Huh? For Luka Doncic, Maxi Kleber, and Markieff Morris. Markieff? Didn't we have Markieff before? We gonna have Markieff again? Okay, I'm not mad at that. Markieff, I mean, he was there that bubble season, you know what I mean? That bubble season. We all know what happened in the bubble season in 2020, right? So if you don't know, act like you know what happened in 2020 in the bubble season. So big shout outs to Markieff. Welcome back. You know what I mean? Welcome back to the Lakers. Yeah, I'm not mad at that, man. I'm not mad at that. Yeah, I'm not mad at that at all. I'm not mad at that at all. You know what I mean? News of the trade was so jarring that many speculated that Charnia's account could have been hacked. That's a fact, because that's what they were saying. They were saying, like, I was on Instagram and I was seeing it under the chat where they were talking about they were discussing it in the chat, and they were like, "Oh, you guys got hacked. This has to be," you know what I mean? People thought that it was a hack, but no, it's real. So, hack. But reporters from both the Los Angeles Times and the Dallas Morning News quickly confirmed it. There was no prior indication that either team was looking to move an all-star. I had no idea that was happening either. Mark Stein reported that Doncic did not request a trade, and it was in fact the Mavericks who approached the Lakers about the league-altering deal. Why did the Mavericks do that? What is there? Why did it? That makes no sense. I don't know, man. It has to be some sort of falling out. There has to be some sort of business purpose. Because, again, Mark Cuban waxed lyrically about this guy. You know what I mean? And certainly Mark Cuban has some say, right? Like, you know what I mean? The move reportedly blindsided Doncic. Really? Even LeBron James, with his reputation as the Lakers' de facto GM, was reportedly out for dinner when the trade hit and had no idea it was coming. I wonder how LeBron really feels about this, because it has to be something where because LeBron and AD, they're close. Like, you know what I mean? Regardless of what anybody think, LeBron and AD, they're brothers. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know if there was any kind of falling out between both of them or anything like that, but those two dudes are brothers. You know what I mean? LeBron and AD are brothers. So I wonder what LeBron really thinks about this. I mean, of course, he was shocked about it, but AD, I mean, y'all still gonna be brothers, of course. You just played a basketball game, you out for dinner, and then you look at your phone and it's like, whoa, what? Or somebody comes up to you and tells you that, you're like, what? Um, I didn't even know you could really trade injured players either, but I mean, I guess you can. I mean, I guess it's done before. Wasn't John Wall injured when he got traded? So, of course, Luka's stats, as far as points, rebounds, and assists, he definitely does his thing where that's concerned. AD, a little bit more effective, but doesn't have quite as high point per game average, but it's not that far off. Luka Doncic has 28.1 points per game. It's Luka Doncic, and Anthony Davis has 25.7 points per game. Rebounds per game, 8.3 for Luka, 11.9 for AD. But of course, AD plays the 5 and in the 4. So, and of course, the assists, 7.8 for Luka, who plays point guard. So should be high. And 3.4 for AD, and of course, blocks per game, AD 2.1 to Luka 0.4 per game. Field goal percentage 46.4 for Luka, 52.8 for AD. So just all in all, not the worst trade in the world, but it's one of those things where you look at it and you're like, what? Because when I initially saw it, I was like, all right, okay, cool. Because it said that it was happening, but it wasn't confirmed yet. I was like, yeah, all right, okay, yeah, okay. I mean, that sounds great, but there was a part of me that was like, ain't no way that's happening. But that's dope. That's really dope. That's really, really, really dope. It's hard to think of a trade with anything close to a precedented to Saturday's blockbuster. Superstars have been traded for each other before, but never mid-season and rarely with no requests from either side. Yeah, man, the deal swaps out Luka Doncic, Davis for Doncic as James co-star, though it may be more accurate to say Doncic will be the star long term. I mean, you think? Long term, of course, because LeBron got another, 3 years? Honestly, I don't see LeBron being in the league past 4 more years. I don't see it happening. It could happen, though, because he's LeBron, but I don't see it happening. And even then, his minutes are going to go down big time. Yeah. Doncic is currently out with a calf injury, but has 5 straight All-NBA first teams at 25 years old. The Lakers were facing a potential slide over the next few years as both James and Davis aged, but this changes everything. Davis is reportedly waiving his trade kicker for the deal to go through, which will push the Mavericks under the luxury tax. As for the Mavericks side, they are moving on from a player their fans never expected to leave, and they don't seem to be receiving much beyond Davis, a player who can impact a game on both ends of the floor, but has rarely succeeded as a team's offensive focal point. Mavericks general manager Nico Harrison defended the move. I just got a text message. Hold on, let me. Defended the move with a tried and true. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me just respond to this text message real quick. Give me 1 second. Yeah. Okay. So where was I? Anyway, I'm not gonna stay too much longer because I'm like way across states. I'm in New Jersey right now. So yeah, I'm about to leave soon. Doncic was eligible for a 5-year, $345 million Supermax deal this summer, but is no longer Supermax eligible. Damn. So I told you guys, this is initially what it is. I said it had to be some sort of business deal, right? Davis, who turns 32 next month, will take over down low with Kyrie Irving, Klay Thompson, and PJ Washington around him. David also gets his wish to play alongside an actual center in Daniel Gafford. The deal completely alters the Lakers' long-term outlook, swapping out their most important defensive player for one of the most talented players in the league, but also one who usually needs the ball in his hands to be impactful. This is true. It might not make them better for this year, but it gives them something to look forward to once James retires, which they simply didn't have. This is remarkable. I'm not going to finish reading that article, but yeah, that's certainly exciting news. Luka Doncic, Los Angeles Lakers. Who would have thought? Anyway, thank you guys. Take care. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe on your way out. Appreciate you guys tapping in with me. I'm about to head back up to New York, so take care. Luka Doncic, LeBron James. Yeah. Peace.